welcome to another California Guy video with your boy California Guy. What's up, everybody, and welcome to this all new video. And it's entitled um, Gabriel Union Sold Out. And it's a bunch of other topics, but it's about mainly Gabriel Union. Uh, it's about Gabriel Union, black churches supporting, what's his name, Donald Trump, and the fall of black America. Now, I'm here to do. Welcome back, people, to my channel. I've been going away for a while because I injured myself a couple of months ago. So I've been away, but I've been still keeping in contact uh, with other black YouTubers and following a lot of different posts and making comments. But I'm here to do this video today about Gabrielle Union and her letter that she wrote in the Los Angeles op-ed piece about Nate Parker. I'm just going to start off by talking about that. I listened to a couple of black radio shows. I read the transcripts in the newspaper that she wrote. Now, a lot of black people, we as a people, get caught up with white supremacy and the ideology. Now, I was shout out to Tariq Nasheed because I was listening to a show the other night. He actually took a topic that I really was going to do, but he broke it down much easier. I suggest you guys check out Tariq Nasheed's radio show because he broke down that she didn't want to get blackballed. But I got other theories why Gabrielle Union didn't. And what Gabrielle Union did is no different than what the football players did with Colin Kaepernick, by the way, too. Is that the last 8 years, but mainly the last 3 to 4 years, black nationalism has kind of returned back into the consciousness of America. It has awoken. And so, with a lot of black people protesting the police, open racism has been rampant, and black nationalism has risen in America. So, with through the average of social media, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or us making our own social media networks or Black Planet, whatever you guys want to call it. But as time went on, the white supremacists have been playing chess a little bit when it comes to African Americans. They've done different tactics to try to discredit black ideology when it comes to racism in America. Now, it goes back to Colin Kaepernick. With Colin Kaepernick, to make a long story short, he refuses to stand for the national anthem. So, as usual, what white supremacists will do, and racist whites, they'll send in other blacks to try to discredit another black. And that was the same thing that happened with Gabrielle Union, with Nate Parker and the Birth of a Nation, is that she's actually in the movie. But Nate Parker had these rape allegations charged. Back in 17 years ago, his rape allegation charges. Sorry, he wasn't convicted of it. He wasn't convicted at all for it. So the woman, far as I'm concerned, was lying. We'll never know. But as time went on, that the movie Birth of a Nation, came out in the forefront, and so controversy started. You have a lot of black feminists and white feminists that's grouped up together, and Coons, who is tarnishing Nick Parker. They're tarnishing this brother that put together a movie about Nat Turner, one of the greatest uh, revolutionaries in the 19th century, one of the greatest. And I would do some videos on Nat Turner if you guys wanted. But it's all about tearing down Nate Parker and Nat Turner at the same time. They've never had a movie about Nat Turner except for, I believe, Goodbye Uncle Tom, where they had a brief appearance of it. But Nate Parker was accused of, you know, he's accused of rape 17 years ago. The victim committed suicide 4 years ago. So now they're digging up different things, and they're trying to take this brother's credibility away. But the white supremacists uses these agents. They use people like Gabrielle Union to discredit, because Gabrielle did the op-ed piece that she doesn't get down for rape. Now she points out that she doesn't like rape and all that in her past, and I'm not negating this sister's uh, past experiences, but I question the timing. Now my theory is this with Gabrielle Union, because she's married to Dwayne Wade, and this goes and this parallels into sports arena with um, Colin Kaepernick even. Gabrielle Union is not a stupid woman, and Dwayne Wade is not stupid. They know that Kaepernick is getting in trouble for him being a nationalist and a revolutionary. So they don't want to look just like him. So Gabrielle Union, she disguises, even though she's having the experience, but she feels she has to come out to fit in with white Hollywood, Jew Hollywood. So she comes out with this, op-ed piece throwing Nate Parker under the bus in order to keep her and Dwayne Wade in the forefront. Even though she doesn't do really many movies, by the way, but she had to come out and do that because her and Dwayne Wade are scared of white supremacy. So if they figure we stand by Nate Parker or we don't make a comment, then we'll look like Colin Kaepernick. So instead, we're gonna just throw this butt under the bus and we'll disguise it up as, oh, we're for all women. This is a woman's issue. Black women out there, this is to black liberal women. You guys got to stop with trying to partake in white feminism, liberalism. You have to stop partaking in that because it makes no sense. When we had affirmative action in the 60s, when black people fought for it, it benefited minorities, including the white woman. The white woman today makes money. I think more money than black women, and they become executives. Hell, you may even have a white woman president, possibly. So that's how far a woman has gotten. So, black woman, your agenda should be on a different agenda than white females. But instead, you guys want to merge your agendas together with white liberal females, which makes no sense to me at all. So Gabrielle Union basically teamed up with the supremacists in order to save her career and Dwayne Wade's career and not look like Colin Kaepernick, because that's what this all boils down to. She's not want to look like Colin Kaepernick. The problem with African American people in the United States and globally is that we refuse to acknowledge white supremacy and the ideology. We refuse to acknowledge that black people need to start rising and building their own economic base in the United States and saving the black kids and making them proud of their African heritage. Instead, we get stuff like we get sidetracked or we get frightened or scared, just like, and what brings me to Donald Trump and him going to the black church. Now, I again shout out to black commentators that pointed out about the church being empty, which I knew it was. In fact, and I'm gonna say this because I'm a political person, Donald Trump is not going to get the black vote. He's not going to get it at all. Period. In the story, uh, Tariq broke down some stuff on his show, stuff that I already kind of knew anyway about Donald Trump and the black church. But most of the politicians, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, have catered to black people anyway. This is not nothing new. Whether it's Democrats or Republicans, is that they clamor for the black vote. It's always been like that. The black people at the church, some ways I part with Tariq Nasheed a little bit. This is where I'm gonna separate a little bit of what he said. I'm gonna break down a little bit what he said. He said that that black church was cones. Now, to be honest with you, if Donald Trump didn't go to that black church, he was gonna find a black church to go to. They weren't going to just say, "Hey man, get the fuck out of this." We're not gonna, we're gonna not turn a politician down. So even if he didn't find that black church, a black church was going to go and accept him, whether it been in Detroit or or Oakland, California, or any black area. He was going to go to it. He had to get that photo out. So I kind of don't really. I agree with him that there was cooning going on at the church, but at the end of the day, Donald was going to find a black church anyway, regardless to get that photo. Just like he's going to find a Latino spot where he's going to be with Hispanics. Watch, that'll be next. That doesn't mean per se And you're gonna get some Latino coning, by the way. But he's gonna find somewhere that he could be in order to try to get votes from white people who are scared to vote for him because they don't want to look like racist. So I do agree with that point. Black people now, the reason why I bring up Donald Trump and the black church though is for a reason. Other minority groups such as people, Middle Eastern people and Latino people have band together to go against Donald Trump. Our people is, our people is very, very ignorant, where we get our people, our ministers, to start kissing this man's ass. That's the problem I have. You always have a bunch of dumb niggas that would get up here and they always contradict what other black people say. That's why I say one thing. Not every black person is your brother. I will tell with different black folks this. Not every black person has your interest at heart. Best interest at heart, I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, you may be of dark and African descent, but that next person with dark African descent may not share the same ideology or the same beliefs as you. So that's why we need to reach out to people who kind of share the same beliefs as the next African American person, because we don't share that. We're all not brothers and sisters in that manner. So you can see that when we have agendas. Latino people, Jewish people, Italian people, Asian people, all these different communities, these subgroups in the United States, they know how to use the economic base. They know how to unify and push their ethnic background, ethnic agendas without really compromising their ideals at the same time. Whereas we can't really do that. We try to do it, like we promote like black businesses and one bank and all that shit there, but we don't all be unified at that, unified as far as it's concerned, and we don't spread the word out. We are the people, second from white people, that's been in this country since its inception. We've been in the United States since Jamestown, Virginia. They brought slaves over here, so we've fought in every war, but we refuse to embrace the legacies that we have, and we don't know how to push an agenda and continue going forward when we go backwards and we want to sound unusual. So we need to break out of this mindset of Stockholm syndrome, and we need to break the chains and try to build our community and get this economic base going. We need to start figuring out ways of getting the politicians to bend, to push black agendas. We need to get our kids back into school again and making sure the schools are right. We need to fight for these different rights. Instead, we're fighting against our own interests by not talking about really much of anything. That's what we do. We always trying to be difficult and stubborn. I'm looking at, like, after no disrespect to Afro Synergy, but I look at Afro Synergy's videos. He is supporting Donald Trump. This man is a well respected leader. I respect what he does, but you're pushing Donald Trump for what? Because of Libya or stuff overseas. But what about black people in the United States? I mean, I agree with him. I agree with him about the Clintons, but every politician that would have been in that seat would have done what Hillary did. So it's like, oh, I hate her, so I'm gonna vote against my interests in this country by going with somebody like, I rather for him that voted the third party or support a third party. But instead, it's like I support this man, this cracker that's pushing a white supremacist agenda. And then I look at the comments, and these are black people saying that white supremacy don't exist. So I look at all these different things that our people is doing, and I respect that for Century. It's not no disrespect to him, and I'm not slighting him or anything like that. I like his videos, I enjoy his opinions, and I respect him, but I really just don't agree with him about Donald Trump. That's the part that I kind of part ways with him. I agree with him on everything else about black people, nation state, and all that. But we need to get it together. We need to get it together. Pro black people need to start pushing more of a realistic agenda. We need to ignore the coons, the Uncle Toms, because they're put in place to derail. I mean, the black agenda. That's why we need to ignore them. So, like and share this video, people. Thanks for watching. Peace out.